Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's a beautiful Saturday outside, and my wife is angry that I'm here playing on the computer, making videos. So hopefully this is worth it. Hopefully this is a decent video. Episode 4, and there's been a lot of changes done, I'm afraid. I was having some issues off camera. Basically, most of my trains were getting stuck behind each other on the main line that we have between all the cities. I also had a problem where we're now coming across multiple resources that need to be stored in warehouses, and having this coal stop as my main hub was proving to be a bit of a problem. Again, there was a bottleneck. There were loads of trains coming in with different resources. There was a big bottleneck here. We had trains coming in trying to collect from that one place, and they were getting bottlenecked coming in and out. It was a real mess. It was proving to be a problem. I went on last night and decided to do a little bit of a rework. So what you'll find now is that I've actually got multiple stations at every city. I haven't done Portland and Bangor yet. If you look at Albany, for example, I've got 2 stations. I've got one here and another one here. 2 stations. These lines are not connected. They do not connect to each other, but they do run in parallel. So over here I've got a fair number running in parallel, but they are not joined. The trains cannot pass from one line to another line. Okay? Every single town at the moment has a warehouse or 2 warehouses. Each station is a warehouse. So as you can see here, this is a warehouse with grain, and the other station isn't a warehouse, or is a warehouse. Oh, it is a warehouse, but I haven't assigned it any goods yet. I'm partway through the main process. So what this allows me to do is each line can have their own set of resources. So down here again, we've got grain and what's that? Wool and wood. This line can cater for all of these and bring it to all the towns, right? Whereas the other line above can focus on the other resources like the sugar, the cows, the other wood. Any other resources up this way? Milk. I think I've connected into milk recently. Yeah, here. We're collecting milk now. We're collecting clay. We're collecting vegetables. This line, the northern line, I guess you would say, or line number 1, the original line we started with, that's the resources that line caters for. The other line caters for the different resources, other resources, the ones that like corn, for example, we've just connected into corn. That now runs on line number 2. But line number 2 is still connected to the same cities. It's still connected to Buffalo, Syracuse, Albany, New York. It's running in parallel with line number 1. So I've got 2 different main lines with different resources on them, meaning that every city can get 12 different resources, not just 6. The way it was previous. It took quite a bit of time, I must admit. I was on it for a good, 3 or 4 hours last night trying to get this all set up. It is still the same game, it's the same map, everything. Things are looking very, very different. Okay, so I want to show you how I set up this line number 2. I've extended it so far all the way from Buffalo to New York. And it's running here in parallel all the way to Boston. From Boston, I want it to continue on to Portland and Bangor, which I only recently built into. So let me show you how I did all of this. I'm actually going to put down the volume. The volume sounds extremely loud. Let's put it all the way down. You'll hardly hear the game, I'm afraid. But anyway, so we've got Portland. It still has 1 station, just as it did before. Okay, let's build another station, another train station, and I'm putting them back to back. Okay, so there's my original line. As you can see, the outline is white. which is good. That means I can place it. I can bring it right up to my existing station, right up close. There. I think I can angle it a little bit. I think that's probably in line with the previous. That'll do. Let's plop it here. So there we've got a new station. We can do all the usual, hooking it up. Line 1 to line 1, that sort of nonsense. Make sure that it's not building any bridges or tunnels. It's not, and it's relatively cheap. Let's build it. Let's continue next to it. I want another one. I want another one. I want another one. And that will do. How many have I got here? 2, 4, 6. I think I'm going to stick with 4. I'm only doing 4 so far, I believe, on my other lines. Actually, my second line is only 2 at the moment. Why? Why? I'm 4 up here. I've done overkill, haven't I, really? From Albany, nothing's running on the 3rd and 4th line. I will leave it, but really I'm only using tracks 1 and 2. But there's room for expansion. If we get more resources, more trains, I've got another 6 lines I can use here. So I'll probably delete off those 2 I've just built. Let's do all the usual. Gridirons there. Gridirons there. Do the direction. Right and left. Looks good. And you know what? Let's continue it. Let's continue it all the way to Bangor. I've got the money. And if you look here, at the moment, I'm averaging 175,000 a week. Since I've made this change, bringing in those extra resources, my money has skyrocketed. We're doing much, much better. So here we go. Let's build. Now, I've got to be careful here. This red building would stop me from placing tracks. So I kind of want to, I can't put it right up to the original station. So let's put it about there. And connect up line 1. Like that. That's very expensive. What's happening? Okay, we've got a tunnel. Uh, 1% incline, I'm happy with that. That doesn't bother me. And it makes it a lot cheaper. Yep, let's build it. And the second one, yeah. I'm not going to do the rest. Right, left, gridirons. Gridirons. Good. And right, so let's find out what train routes I've got. I have a little bit of a naming convention now on my train routes. L1 stands for line number 1. That's our original set of lines. So the original 6 that we used to use. Okay. And then E stands for express. So those are my express trains, passenger, mail trains. F stands for freight. So this is my line 1 freight, Buffalo to New York. Helps me out a little bit to work out what's what. Buffalo to New York. Let me just double check. That's not quite the right name for that. Let me rename it. I remember making that mistake last night and forgot to rectify. It's not going to New York. It's going across the whole line. So I'm just writing all for that one. So that's my L1 freight all, my L2 freight all running on the second line, the new line. Why does it keep disappearing? Go on, stay on screen, edit. Right, as you can tell, running on the second line, going to all the same places, but not to Portland and Bangor because we've just built those. So let's add it. So from we have to put it in the right place. So We're going to come into Boston and then Portland. So Boston, Portland, Bangor, Portland, Bangor, and then back to Portland again. So Bangor, Portland, and back to Boston. So Portland, Boston, New York, and it's back to the way it should be. I'm not sure if this is the right thing to do, whether I should be doing entire line freight systems or entire line expresses. It's going to be a test. We'll need to have a look, see how it does. It seems to be going all right at the moment, but if it becomes inefficient, we'll find another way to do our transporting. So let me confirm that. So he's happy. So I don't have on line number 2. I don't have a express line, so it's not currently doing passengers. It's only doing freight. I only have our original line, express line that we had on line 1. I don't have any more. Going back to the naming convention, I've got ours. So ours are resources. So here we've got Albany, and it's grain and wood. It's collecting grain, it's collecting wood. It's also collecting... why do I struggle with this one? It's also collecting wool, but nothing needs wool at the moment, so there's not a lot of wool being collected. But the idea being, if I'm looking at Albany, for example, I can see all its connected resources in one small area. Look at Boston. I'm connected in Boston to 2 resources, the apples and the cow and the wood. Right, I can flick between them easy now. They're in an order in the menu, so I can easily find them, which is great. Love it. Buffalo's now receiving corn and wheat. So this line here, line number 2, its warehouse is collecting lots of corn, lots of wheat, all working well. Syracuse is connected to these lovely resources up here. So if you look at its warehouse, it's receiving vegetables and milk, and it's the only place receiving vegetables and milk. So it's from this warehouse, these are being distributed throughout line number 1. There's clay as well, but nobody seems to have any demand for clay. I'll need to find out where it's used. So all good. Money's coming in nicely. Let's let it run. Maybe speed the game up a little bit. I've got some research available. I haven't got enough for this new Derwent train. That's the next one. Another month, I'll be able to take that, which I shall. Or possibly I'll get the tenders. I don't know yet. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, look at the money coming in thick and fast. Everything's looking good. I do have a loan, I believe. We've got still some time to pay it off. A distant but wealthy aunt has unfortunately passed. That's a shame. Bequeathed you 75 transport stocks. Stocks of this type portray a specific sector of the economy and will appreciate. If the economic data sees a bigger improvement than projected, you can access stocks and sell them. So sell them when they're high, buy them when they're low, is the basics of it. I haven't played with this yet. Whoops, I haven't played with it yet. We could buy some more, possibly. We do have a little bit of money. Maybe we'll buy another 55. I've got a fair amount. Breakdowns seems to have got a lot better, by the way. I do have some of these small ones, but I'm not getting so many of the larger ones because there's a lot more stations and there's a lot more, what do they call those? I've got a lot more of the maintenance depots, which is great. Okay, research. Oh, I would like to make things cheaper, but I'm also desperate for a new freight train. Look at that, a freight train. I like it. Low maintenance requirements. 116 reliability. I guess that's decent. It should be faster than our current train, I would imagine. I want it. Right, let's upgrade. So, start off with our big mainline trains. Let's edit that. So John Bull's faster, but it's less reliable. Well, no, it's more reliable, but it's got higher maintenance requirements. Is that an upgrade? Oh, it's got to be, surely, because this thing actually looks like a damn train. I'm doing it. Upgrading. Right, let's go to the next line. John Bull, Derwent. Yeah, let's do it. Do I want to do the resources? Ooh, I think I'll just leave them because I'm using the cheapest train, aren't I, already? Why have I got a John Bull there? I don't need a John Bull for this one. Let's edit that. Let me knock it down a bit. That'll give me some money back. Let's have a look at that new train. So if I find one of the ones here, there's one. Game's paused. Right, let's have a look at it. There it is. At least they're starting to look like trains that we remember. And that's his view. Very nice. Oh, there's another one. No, that's not. That's a passenger train. Good. Look at that. The guy stands at the front. They've got a guy at the front putting the coal in. So you don't put the coal in from the back? You do it from the front. You get quite a view, wouldn't you, at the front of that? Good. Right. What is up next? What do we need to do now? I only just expanded into Bangor. What tasks have we got? Deliver 8 loads of corn to Boston. So there should be corn at some point on its way to Boston. I need to do a rebuild with this track. It's just weird. It's a bridge. It's a bridge going into a tunnel. Grain and corn, and it's not getting any. But there's lots of beer coming in, but not a lot of anything else. I think I'm going to have to expand line 2 into at least 4 tracks. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to expand line 2, get more trains going, which means that hopefully the corn will move quicker to all the cities further down the line. To start with, I'm going to have to destroy this track. This doesn't look right at all. Let's destroy that. All right. Destroy that. My line number 2, I want to connect to there. Relatively expensive, but it has to go across a river, unfortunately. Let's build another one. Yeah, that looks nice. We'll put Guardians on there. And I'm going to put 4. I don't care what line the trains use. Sorry, a Guardian, a gridiron. Direction, right, left. Let's rebuild rebuild this. I'm actually going to demolish all of it. It doesn't look right. Oh, it's built into a mountain. Right, let's put another one on. I don't like that. I don't want it on the mountain. Let's put it there on flatter land. And reconnect it to here. There and there and gridirons, right, left. Now hopefully the train still exists. It does, so it's going to get back to work doing what it should be doing. Good, so we can now concentrate again on expanding this rail line. Look, I've got 1 million. I've got 1 million. I'm a millionaire. So we want to connect up to here. And do that again. Good. Gridirons. 4. This is totally free, these lines. That's why I'm doing 4. We're going to go right. Going to go left. Build. Gridiron. And gridiron. Can you guess what I'm going to say? Gridiron. More trains. There. One more. Gridirons. Sorry. Gridirons. Looking good. Direction right, left. Did I do it on the previous ones? Yes. Back again. Line 3. Line 3. And again. Gridiron. Gridiron. And direction right, left. And we don't need to do anything else. We're Bangor at the moment. I'm guessing Bangor will kind of hook around and go to a city over here. There's a city here. I don't know why I can't see its name. There's a city there. Next. What have I missed? Have I missed a station? I missed a line. That was silly. What's this? Co-determination. Why can't I bit? Oh, God, my money's gone. Oh, I could have got a new technology. That would have been nice. So if this line was like the other line number 1, where we had express and freight running on the same system, I wouldn't have been doing 4 parallel like this. But because it's all freight trains, I really don't care what line they run on. Okay, I think that's everything. I've put all the gridirons on. I've set the directions. So now we've got 4 lines. See, it didn't take that long. That was what? 10 minutes? 10 minutes of work? And we've doubled the size of line number 2. Cost less than $1 million. What do we do now? Well, the train should automatically just start using that new line. See, is anybody... It's quite an empty line. It's quite hard to find a train. That's still line 1. I need to get more trains. I need to get more trains on here. Let's get more trains on. So rail route, line 2, all. I've got 4 trains running on there. Let's double it. Right, let's put it to 8. Let's use the new Derwent. Confirm. They're all going to start off at Buffalo. Multiple trains waiting for deployment. We're now picking up more corn, picking up more grain. Like it, I like it. And it's using our new track as well. Don't understand why it couldn't have deployed the other trains at the same time. Why did it have to wait for one to be done? I've got 4 lines. It could have done it on any of them. Should have sped it up, shouldn't I? It's funny, now it's saying there's 0 utilization on my original lines, so everyone is now moved over to my new one. What? They're not going to use them equally? No? Now you've all shifted across to line 4. Let's increase the capacity of our corn. Trains aren't going fully loaded. I could have bought this one as well. The wheat one. I've already got a wheat farm. Oh, I never realised. I didn't realise that. Look. I didn't realise that it tells you where they're going, where each of the resources are going. That's great. Look, there's 1 corn for Boston. I really didn't know that. Does it tell me here? No, not for passengers. For Albany. Even when it collects the resources, here it tells you where it's destined for. There's Boston again. So, yeah, our task will get completed eventually. Corn on its way to Boston, right there. Beer for Boston. Look at the amount of drinkers you've got in Boston. As many drinkers in Boston as you've got in New York. Right, so I've got a bit of a problem here. My meat places need cows. And I don't seem to have many cows at my hub. We're going through them fast. We've got 63 here. Wrong one. We've got 63 here. We've got 11 there. So we're quite slow at getting cows to the meat destinations. The meat producing cities. How much meat have they got? Issues with production. They're full. Their issue is they're full. Same. So we've got places that need meat, but not enough people are transporting it around. More corn for Boston. Lots more corn for Boston. We should have our task completed soon. 2 have arrived already. That's another 2 that we just seen. Right, more research. Allows a rail line to use the refrigerator car, which increases freight revenue on groceries by 25. Reduces the cost of in-service training in personnel. Reduces the cost charged to personnel for well-being your employees. Total bonus from research. I don't know. I don't know. Should we go with refrigerated lorries? Right. You don't need refrigerated lorry. LF10 you do. So fruits, meat, vegetables, fruit, milk, dairy products. Yeah, you do those. Yeah, good. You transport meat as well. You have one. He transports milk. Maybe he can have one. So track utilization, very poor. So surely I can add a lot more trains then. Let me try. Let me try. Up in these, let's add 12. How much is that? 100. I can afford that. Easy. Edit that one. I'm just worried about causing traffic jams in different places. That's the same one. Come on, change. Right, edit. That's the same one. Hold on, come on. There. Let's go 12 here as well. Let's give you a couple more trains. Let's up you to 6. Maybe up you to 10. Multiple trains still waiting to be. Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, because I've just added loads. Going for Boston. Did it.
Works. Fewer and fewer travelers are using the Erie Canal because our train connections are simply better. Our company enjoys great popularity in Albany, and soon a new mayor will be elected. If I could win the election, I could use that to our advantage. Why don't you take a few measures to present me in a favorable light to the undecided voters?
Connect 3 businesses producing grain. Transport 960 passengers from Syracuse. That should be easy enough. Construct a university in Albany. Okay, I can quickly do that, right? So Albany. University. How much? 200,000 for a university? Bargain. That's a bargain. We'll stick it there.
Well done. People are ecstatic about our new university.
Connect 3 rural grain producing things. So we're connected to 2 already. And there's another one there. Are there any up here? No, just corn, but I would like to connect to him eventually. Any down here? Okay, in the next episode, I think we'll branch into Quebec, pick up some corn, apples, grain, more vegetables. I think we'll do that. Look, 3 cities up here we can connect into. That'll make a nice little circle. Another option I've got is to create another main line. So we could have Toronto, Ottawa, and Montreal on their own line, but maybe connect them into ours. There's an orchard quite near Toronto. It's going to be a while before I get there. I'm not going to buy it. Yeah, so I think that's enough for this episode. So just a reminder, I've built that second parallel mainline system next to what we built previous. I did have to move my Albany station a little bit, I believe, to do that. And having two stations in the same city, each with totally different resources, is making a massive difference. You look at that. Since we started playing an hour ago, we're making about 100,000 more than we were at the beginning of the episode. Money's just going up and up and up. Yeah, it's going well. Things are coming along. Tasks are getting completed. Network's expanding. Let's move up north in episode 5. I think we're episode 4, aren't we? Yeah, episode 5. Thanks very much.